Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good time, music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is our Happy Thanksgiving show, and Ron is shaving and getting all things ready. So while he's shaving, let me say hi to the chat room. Backpack John, Cindy Lady Lake, Eileen Shapiro, Angie, Angela is in the chat room. We're going to have a fun show for you guys today. We have bass guitar legend Leland Sklar coming on, and then you guys always hear us talking about this movie Blind, and we have the director of that film, Marcel Walz, coming on. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're laughing at Ron shaving, which is nice, and now he's drinking. Doesn't he look handsome? So let me introduce my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell, who's joined us now and looking gorgeous as always.
Is that not a faggy bunch of faggy poses? Hi everybody, how you doing? Are you all ready to eat the bird? The bird. Tomorrow is the bird day. Oh my God, all those poor turkeys. You know, I wish we could have like make-believe turkey, don't you? Like they could get some kind of a vegetable and pack it in and shape it like a turkey and we could cook it. I really just like eating the turkey. In fact, as a kid, when they would carve the turkey, I would leave the room because I couldn't bear to see the beast being chopped up. I still feel that way. So when they carve the turkey, I do leave the room. And then when I come back, I just think of it as like supermarket cold cuts. I feel bad for the bird. You know what it is? I mean, it's stupid killing millions and millions of turkeys to eat because of what?
We're hungry.
No, because it's Thanksgiving. You know, the Pilgrims, when they came, they killed 2 birds. Now we kill millions of birds, and they're pretty turkeys. I like turkeys.
So what's up? Ian Smith joined us in the chat room. Hello, hello. They say you look so handsome.
Oh, please. I want to say hi to Angie Baby. And who else is in the chat room?
Cindy Lady Lake.
And of course, Eileen Shapiro.
And Cindy Lady Lake.
And Cindy Lady Lake, who's been hitting the news lately.
She's fabulous. And
yeah,
now B. Claudia just joined us. Hey, B. Hope your mom's doing okay.
Yep, hope so too. You don't have Thanksgiving in Germany, so you don't kill turkeys. I'm happy about that.
So I want to thank everybody too who tuned in last night to the Soho Johnny Let Me Help Inc. I Am No Joke celebrity benefit concert. We had tons of people listening, and a lot of people in the chat room.
10,000 people.
A lot of the people in the chat room, in the Jimmy Star Show chat room, were actually in the chat room. I want to thank all of them. I know Backpack John was there, and B. Claudia and Angie Baby.
Don't call her Angie Baby. I'm the only one
Angela
allowed.
Joseph
Thank
and
you.
Eileen and Lady Lake, and there was a whole bunch of people, and Ron and I were honored to be a part of the lineup. I know everybody saw it. It was a lot of fun, and so
they loved what I did. You know, I stripped naked, and I did all these sexual positions naked, and it got such a review. I didn't think it would.
It was a lot of fun, you guys, and I just want to say, like, we were honored to be on such a bill with such huge stars like Charlie Sheen, Kim Sledge, Martha Davis, Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne, Rick Wakeman, John Lodge, Julian Lennon, Steve Vai, Lorene Landon and Sadie were on there, Tommy James, Verdine White.
Sadie Katz, that is.
Sadie Katz, 10 years after, Jeff Goldblum, Jane Lynch, Andrew Cole, Kenny Aronoff, Leland Sklar, who's our guest today, and about 65 other big celebrities, and all our friends that we hang out with and love so much, Sherry Nelson and David Martinez and Lori Diamond and Fred Abatelli.
The whole motley
Tim
crew.
Moss was there, and who's the funny guy?
Tim Moss. He finally got off walking the street.
Who's the other guy? I forgot. Ike Icavelli. I'm sorry, Ike.
Icavelli.
Oh, and Mark de Alwest and Billy Hess.
Mark, hi, and Billy and Ike was still looking for a partner for Ike. He's a good-looking young guy, and he's looking for a husband. And we can't find one. So I said to him, there's got to be a problem. Bad breath, bad body odor, or little pee-pee. But something's got to be wrong. And Ike said, none of the above. I've got everything wonderful.
And Fred Schneider was there from the B-52s, and he did his Fruitcake song, which everybody loved. And we want to welcome Chris, just joined us in the chat room. Anyway, it was a fun time for all. I don't know if they're going to air it again, but it was really a lot of fun, and we were happy to be a part of it.
What's most important is we don't know the money figure yet, but I hope If 10,000 people went in and they gave $1, that's $10,000. That's not going to help too many homeless poor people
Not homeless.
or whatever people. What is it for?
It's anti-bullying,
Anti-bullying,
cancer.
Cancer. It's all poor people, actually.
No, it's not.
What do I know, Jimmy? I was in another world yesterday.
Most of the people that were on the bullying thing were super famous freaking stars talking about how they were bullied as kids, and now they're like the biggest stars in the world.
Who wasn't bullied as a kid? I was called a faggot, a fairy, a queen, a
Well, the
sissy
shoe
Mary.
fits.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't wear pink ballerina slippers like you want. He wanted pink ballerina shoes. He likes to play with dolls.
I do like to play with
His sister got
dolls.
a doll for Christmas, and he got a tank, and he was upset because he wanted the doll.
That's true.
Talk about fairies. I mean, this one is the queen of queens. Let me trust me.
That's a true story. When I was about 8 years old, my sister got this ballerina doll, and it had a crown on it, and you pushed the crown, and it did pirouettes and stuff. It was so cool. And I thought it was for me. Instead, I got like a truck.
So every night before we go to bed, he puts on his pink toe shoes,
that's not true.
and I press the top of his head, and he
and I do spin around and do pirouettes.
He does pirouette. Boy, did I marry a real one, a real girl.
They said they like my glasses and your shirt. So
thank you. You can have my shirt and his glasses.
No.
Anyway, yes, it was a wonderful show. I tuned in and out of it because I had things, phone calls. I was on the phone all morning with New York. So many New York friends have called me to wish me a happy Thanksgiving, and they. But most of them are not going out. They're all going to be by themselves. And I have a few single friends that are also going to be by themselves. And I was so upset. So I said to them, tomorrow, Thanksgiving, Skype in with us, and you'll enjoy our Thanksgiving festivity. This way they won't be alone. And I suggested that they call all of their friends and tell all their friends to do the same, to Skype in. And I'm encouraging everyone out there, please Skype in to a friend that's all by himself for Thanksgiving due to this horrific virus. Soon it's going to be the shot. All kinds of rumors I'm hearing from left and right. I don't know what's going to be. But now they said that they're going to give, I'm not even going to repeat it.
I don't want to do any politics anyway.
Yeah, no politics. But, the needy and the most needed to get this shot should, excuse me, and I encourage people over 70 to be first on the list.
They will be. Because
they are the people who will have the most difficulty with kicking this virus.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. We have to be thankful for our freedom, for our country, which is upside down right now, but it will straighten itself out, I hope. We should be thankful for the loved ones that we still kiss and hug. We should be thankful for the ones that are gone, who raised us and brought us to be who we are today. There are so many things to be thankful for. Go through the list in your mind, and you know what? It brings good luck.
And we're thankful for all of you guys who listen to us every week.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that too.
I'm thankful for you, honey.
That's what I was waiting for, you big.
Well, you didn't say you were thankful for me.
Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for Jimmy. You can listen, folks. I would not be with Jimmy if I wasn't crazy about him. I was dating 5 guys, very important guys. One was a super rich multimillionaire. He owned all of the dollar stores in the United States. And he was crazy about me, but I didn't care for him much. And I was on his yacht in Florida, and I saw him in a bathing suit. And I said to myself, that'll never happen. And I got off the yacht, and my dearest friend Perry said to me, Ronald, are you out of your mind? He's worth billions. I said, good. I feel sorry for the next one that's got to go to bed with him, not me. And then, of course, I met my Jimmy, who was everything wonderful, special, and terrific. And I'm happy. Right, Jim?
Absolutely.
Are you happy?
I'm absolutely happy. I'm absolutely happy.
Did I have to squeeze that out of you? I had to force that one out of you.
No,
right?
I've got a problem, so just talk.
You always have a problem.
Marcel's having a difficulty, and he might not be able to make it.
I'll beat the shit out of that bitch if she doesn't come on. Marcel, you better not have difficulty. Marcel, you are the prima donna of all prima donnas. I'm going to have to, he's a very dear friend of mine. That's why I talk that way about him. I love him. But Marcel, get with the program, baby. This is not a 2-bit show, We're all over the world. We're almost 5 million in watching. You know, you got to be hip on this number, baby. This is not some 2-bit, 3-person show. Is it coming on? Did he figure
I don't
it
know.
out?
He's stuck. His car got into an accident. He's stuck at BMW, which I'm always stuck at BMW too.
He wrapped up that car. He's crazy. He's got such a car. His BMW is like one of those $200,000. What is it called?
Oh, I don't know. He's got a cool battery BMW.
It's like one of the most expensive sport cars. I hope he's okay.
He's okay. Anyway, so we do have our first guest though, who's in the chat room, so we can let Leland come in, and I'll go back and forth with him.
I knew a guy once named Leland. I think I dated him.
Well, you know Leland anyway because he's been here.
It wasn't this Leland. I would remember this Leland. And if I dated you, I probably would have been so in love with you, I would have married you, made you gay.
Hey, Leland.
Hey,
So everybody, we have Leland Sklar. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show. We're excited to have you back.
I am so thrilled to be here with you two. You're my favorites, I gotta say.
And you are too, Santa baby. Now listen, I mean, seriously, the beard got longer. Did the beard get longer? You didn't cut it since we saw you last.
No, my head got smaller.
Oh, well, you know what? Better to have a small head than no head at all.
Any head in a storm.
That's I say I love head. You know.
Actually,
I'd go there somehow.
Oh no, we have to launch right immediately into this.
Right, we have to let the audience know they're going to have a good, fun show.
Eileen wants to know which head. Eileen is in the chat room, and she says hello.
You know,
And
Eileen,
she's a pig.
All she thinks about is head. You know, getting and giving. She's wonderful.
Just let her know that I'm naked under this shirt.
See that? He's naked under Eileen. He's got no trousers on, and guess what? He's sitting on a stool, and the head of his penis is touching the floor. Does that interest you, Eileen?
Yes, it does. So, Leland, we have a chat room. It's starting to fill up. Oh, Don Hinton just joined us. Hello, Don. So say hi to everybody in the chat room, Leland.
Hey, let's chat away. This is my favorite chat room. Let's chat.
And we have lots of people who watched the show last night, and we have B. Claudia from Germany who loves all our musician stars that come on the show. So give a shout out to B. Claudia and just say hi to B.
Hi, Claudia.
There you go.
Now listen to me, Leland. Yes. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I just don't want to grow up.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, people say, you know, when you grow up. I always say I aged, but I never grew up.
No, I say my body aged, but my mind is still 18.
Yeah, it's really shocking, isn't it?
No, it's wonderful because
no, it's wonderful, but it's still weird that.
No, not at all. Not at all. My 18-year-old mind tricks my body into thinking it's young. You know, you're as old as your mind tells you to be. I have friends my age, or not really, they're younger, that look older, and they are like old people. I talk to them and I say, Jesus Christ.
What happened?
Get away from me. You're so old.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I'll be on the road and somebody will come up to me who looks kind of like they could be my dad. And they go, oh man, I saw you on Sesame Street with James Taylor when I was a kid. And I'm going,
right.
You were a kid when we were on there and now you look that old. What happened?
No, it's true. It's true. I know some people in their early 70s that look like they could be my father probably.
Yeah. It's really up there.
Yeah, and there's no surgery here. There's no Botox. There's no Restylane. My face is natural. I was lucky to have good genes. My parents both were very young looking. How about your parents? Well, how can we tell with that beard? Who knows what you look like?
Yeah, well, I got this from my mom.
Well, she had a beard like that too.
Well, she shaved a lot, but if she was still alive for the pandemic, she would probably have this going on right now.
Now listen,
I love it.
Now wait a minute. I got to ask you some stupid questions. Did you ever use an egg beater?
Of course.
Did you ever get your beard caught in it?
No, but I've gotten my beard caught in like a drill. You know, like I was working on my car. I have a hot rod, and I was working on the hot rod, and I get caught in some power tools. You know, and
that had to be frightening.
It's scary as hell.
Frightening and fun. Did you ever like put toast in a toaster and burn your beard?
Oh yeah. I was a welder at one point, and man, a spark would get in, and you'd go, "What's that smell?" And you suddenly realize it's your face that's on fire.
That smell reminds me of a dirty joke I learned when I was about 10 years old.
Please.
Two women were walking very quickly past the beauty salon, and one woman looked to the other and said, "Slow down, I smell hair burning."
That's terrible.
Nobody gets the joke. You know why? No, nobody gets the joke because years ago they used to use curling irons.
Oh, yeah.
and they'd burn hair. So the beauty salons did smell of burning hair. That
Yeah.
joke doesn't play anymore because nowadays they use curling irons, but they don't burn hair. Anyway, it was a very cute joke at 10 years old. You know,
No, it's the kind of thing that makes you feel like a rascal when you're a kid.
Well, didn't you at 10 years old do dirty jokes and
Oh,
sing
of course.
dirty songs? We all did. We were,
Oh, yeah.
He has one about I burped and I farted or
no,
whatever.
I'm not going to sing that because it's so coarse and disgusting.
No, you should sing it. It's for Thanksgiving. And Leland likes that shit.
Oh, she burped and she farted and she shit on the floor, and the wind from her ass knocked the knob off the door, and the moon shone bright on the nipple of a tit. She carved her name in a bucket of shit. Have you got a heart on? Not yet. Are you gonna get one? You bet. Sung by the Hua House Quartet. Bafangul.
There you go. Yay!
I was a classy kid.
Hey, Russell, if you decide to do an album, I'll donate my bass parts.
There you go. I love it.
Okay, we could use that in it. But no, when we were kids, you know, it was we didn't have dirty words on television or in the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember. So it was so taboo that we would do these little songs and these dirty jokes in secrecy, and we thought how wicked we were and how smart that our parents didn't know.
So hang on. I want to welcome some people. Bill Victor Erican just joined us, and so did Miss Kim, Dawn Hinton. A whole bunch of people are joining us, and you guys, we have the fabulous Leland Sklar on the show right now, and we're going to talk about his music career and also his new book. Is your book out yet or no? I know they can order it.
I'm taking orders for it, and I should be taking delivery of it within the week, and then I'm going to start shipping at that point.
So you guys check this out. So Leland did a book, and to find out more about it, you can go to lelandsklar'sbeard.com, which is the greatest freaking website ever. lelandsklar'sbeard.com. And if you want to look like Leland, he even has a t-shirt on there. It's a black t-shirt, and around the neck is the beard coming down, so you can look like Leland Sklar, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing ever. So go to lelandsklar'sbeard.com. The name of the book is Everybody Loves Me. It features photos from friends and a huge cast of characters taken by Leland on the road and at home. So tell us a little bit about it. There it goes. Everybody Loves Me. And we actually have a friend. It's everybody's shooting a bird in the book, right, Leland?
Yeah, there's 6,000 pictures. Let me
people shooting the bird.
Of only people shooting a bird.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
It's just everybody shooting birds, you guys, and there's famous people and non-famous people alike.
That is. How come you didn't ask us to shoot a bird and put us in the book?
We didn't know him then.
Oh.
You know, you will be here's me and Charlie Watts.
Oh, that's fabulous.
You will be the cover of the next volume.
There you go.
Sure.
And believe it or not, Leland and us, we have a mutual friend who's in the book.
Who?
Rebecca Schuster is in the book.
No way.
Red is in the book. She's got.
You know Becky.
He calls her Red.
For years.
She's a good friend of ours. We love her.
Oh, that's
Rebecca.
wonderful.
Yeah, we don't see her because of the virus, but when she comes to all our
She comes to our Christmas parties and everything. It's fun.
Oh, that's great.
So tell us who's in the book. Who are some of the famous people that we might know that are in this book?
Okay, I wrote down a little list so I wouldn't stumble here. We got people like Joe Bonamassa, Al Schmidt, Phil Collins, Jackson Brown, Chris Squire, Michael Nouri, Jane Seymour, Dweezil Zappa.
Jane Seymour shooking a bird. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
We know her. We met her.
I know Jane and I know Michael. Two of them already I know.
Yeah, we got Mick Fleetwood, Eddie Van Halen, Harry Shearer, Van Dyke Parks, Slash, Haskell Wexler, the director, Paul Williams, Bonnie Raitt, Jack Nicholson, Hal Blaine, Dwight Yoakam, Nancy Wilson from Heart, Katie Lang, Verdine White, Diane Warren.
We just had Verdine White on our show 2 weeks ago.
Oh, he's such a delightful guy.
Yeah, we had a great time with him.
Such a great musician. Carly Simon, Herb Alpert, Jane Lynch, Josh Groban, Cheech and Chong, Taj Mahal, Steve Lukather.
Oh, he's been on our show too.
Yeah, there's 6,000 pictures in the book.
That's a great book.
Yeah, and it's 6 pounds. I mean, this is a big ass
now,
book.
wait a minute. How much is it?
The book is $60, and if you want it signed and personalized, it's $80.
I love it.
Who signs it? You?
It's his book.
No, I'm going to drive to Palm Springs and have you
let
guys
you sign it. Right?
Oh, I was going to suggest that.
No,
you could sell more books. No,
Well,
seriously, Leland. For $80, they can get your signature. Will you write a sentiment in the book also?
if they request something, I will try to put it in for them.
A sentiment. Okay. So
some sentiment.
So when you send me a free copy, you will sign it. I'll put it on my coffee table.
Oh no!
I want to wait for the second version that's coming out next year, and then we'll send pictures so we can.
Yeah, I'm not spending $80.
Sure, you are.
When I could get it for
We're
free.
We're supporting a musician.
But I could get it for free. Why should I spend $80?
He's not giving you an $80 book for free.
You want to bet? Of course he is.
We'll work it out.
Oh, that means bullshit. I'm not getting one.
No.
It's Christmas. You should send one to Jimmy and I for Christmas.
Keep an eye on keep an eye on your stockings.
There you go.
Okay, because you know why? Tomorrow on Facebook, I'm going to write about Becky being in your book. So that right there is like $6,000 worth of free publicity.
So wait, I have a question though about that, Leland. Look, so how many pictures of you are in the book?
There's a number of them. There's some pages that have me with other people, and we're flipping each other off and stuff. My parents are in the book.
Flipping a bird?
Oh yeah, it was funny when I got them to do it. After that, every family picture we have, my mom's giving the finger. I said, it was only for that one. She goes, no, I like it.
Well, the apple didn't fall far from that tree.
Oh, no, they were nuts. My folks were nuts.
Mine too.
Now,
thank God.
So now,
thank God is right.
Now, are your parents still around to be able to see this book?
No. But they saw lots of the pictures because this project's been going on since 2004. Is when I took my very first picture of this, and it was an accident. This entire thing started as an accident, and over the years it just evolved. And I have actually over 12,000 photographs, but we honed it down to 6,000 for the book because it was just getting completely insane. But they saw lots of pictures and stuff, and I'm thrilled to have them in there. And they have a page, and on the opposite page, I have Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, and Chris Christopherson together, all giving me the finger.
Oh my God! What a great list! I love Chris Christopherson.
Listen, everyone out there, this is a fabulous coffee table book. Yeah. Because when you're entertaining and you're in the kitchen, people like to come in the kitchen and bust your chops while you're cooking, and you screw everything up because you're talking, you're burning.
Yeah.
This way, you put this coffee table book on the coffee table and you tell them, shut your mouth, get out of my kitchen and go read that book.
That's exactly what it's for.
Wait, and Leland, once they start opening the first 2 pages, they shut up and they won't stop looking. So you got rid of them for at least a good half hour.
Yeah, there's not going to be a bad recipe on that dinner.
No, because you're in the kitchen alone.
So what about the people?
The only people I allow in my kitchen are Sean Kanan and his wife, Michelle, because they know how to help in the kitchen. Sean does a wonderful salad and Michelle helps me with the Italian food. But the other ones I throw out of my kitchen. They don't know their ass from their elbow.
He doesn't know who Sean Kanan is.
You don't know who Sean Kanan is?
No. He won't know.
Sean
Anyway,
Kanan?
He's an actor.
No, he's more than an actor. He's a superstar. He's a soap opera star for years and years. He was in the Karate.
He's in the. He's the bad guy in Karate Kid 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, I didn't know his last name.
No, he's gorgeous.
And he wrote a book about being a modern gentleman, about cooking and all kinds of stuff. So he's a really good cook.
And he's one of the nicest buddies that we have. We love him. And his wife Michelle is a real Italian. She's a kitchen girl. She helps. I mean, they're wonderful.
They're like freaking out in the chat room about the beard shirt. They love it.
And the thing that's beautiful about the shirt, it's a special ink So as soon as you wash it, the thing absolutely becomes soft and settles right in. It's not like those crappy plastic things that you find on shirts that are
Oh, I
ugly
hate
to
them.
touch.
I hate that.
Yeah, and I've also on the website, I was also an illustrator, so I've got my illustrations are available too on museum quality prints.
It's Leland Sklar's
You know what?
beard.com, you guys.
Leland,
Yeah.
I have to suggest a photograph that you must do. You must get naked and squat down on the floor and let your beard hang low enough to cover your privates. I think that shot would be
And
terrific.
shoot a bird.
And shoot a bird and put it on the cover.
Well, you're on the cover of the next one, so I'll be
Sure I
I'll be
am.
on the inside.
Okay, good. I'll be on the cover of the next one naked. You won't
Man.
sell a book, but it'll be
I'd
good
buy
for
it.
people who want to throw up.
I'll buy it.
You know, if people have a problem and they want to throw up their food, they could buy the book and look at
No.
the
No, I
cover.
think you would look fantastic naked.
No,
He's,
not really.
He is. Yeah, he does. He looks
Yeah,
fantastic
right. Okay,
naked.
bullshit.
Let me tell you.
Move on.
So anyway, so you guys.
So Leland, baby,
Yeah, babe.
what's going on in the music department?
Well, there's things going on. It's not what we expected in our lives at this point. This is a pretty unprecedented period of time that we're living in. But I'm in a band called The Immediate Family. And it's the guys I've been playing with basically for 50 years. Danny Korchmar, Russ Kunkel, Waddy Wachtel, and then a friend of ours who's been with us about 15 years named Steve Postel. And we've got our third video coming out, doing another EP. Our album will be coming out in the beginning of the year. Denny Tedesco, who did the Wrecking Crew movie, is doing a documentary film about us. So I'm busy with that. I actually had never recorded at home before. I never had a home studio. And since the pandemic began, I got myself a SSL interface, and I've been doing projects for people from home. And and then I have my YouTube channel, which has been just the most fun. And I was so proud that that article came out about the best podcasts and stuff in the world, the top 50, and you guys are #1 on that list.
That's because we have such great guests like you.
Yeah, if we didn't have guests like you, we'd be number 10, 10,000 down.
Well, no, but the thing that blew my mind is I'm number 12 on that list. And so I've been having the greatest time with my YouTube channel, and I have a clubhouse where I do 2 live streams a month, and I did one yesterday. And it's a great community like you guys. I'm sure you have people coming in your chat window that come every time you guys are on.
Yep.
And it's a family. It's really a family at this point.
It really is.
I don't call them fans. I don't care for that word.
No.
I call them friends.
Yeah. Well, in the same way with this finger book, people said, do you have a celebrity section? And I said, to me, everybody's a celebrity in their own way.
Exactly.
So it's all mixed up, and it's a voyage of discovery for people. They'll be looking at people going, I wonder who that's Jay Leno. Oh, who? Oh my God, that's Charles Barkley. You know, I mean, they're all mixed together.
Well, it's amazing how, see, I never felt this way because my mother was an actress and my father was a set designer. My sister was married to a producer. So I grew up in the business. So I really never understood why people got so fascinated by meeting a celebrity and how enthralled they are and how they become meek and they bow and it's a pleasure to meet you. I love you. But, you know, I never understood that.
Yeah.
Now it's happening to me and Jimmy sometimes, maybe not as much as me, but I get very embarrassed. Leland, I get embarrassed. And I want to say to them, stop it.
Yeah.
You know, stop it. I work. I work in movies. I get paid shit. I work my ass off 12 hours.
Yeah.
I have a TV show. You know, what's the big deal?
Well,
I'm just me, a small guy from Brooklyn.
Well, I still feel like a dork from the San Fernando Valley, and I get really, my most uncomfortable times is when people come up and start complimenting me, and I try to distract the conversation immediately into something else, because to me, I love my gig. I love playing and I love doing what I do, and I've always loved it. But it is strange. But I remember they were doing Tommy at the Universal Amphitheater back in the old days when it still had the roof on it and everything. And I went there with Phil Collins, and Phil brought his camera with him, and he was seeing some celebrities there, and he's sitting there going, God, I wonder if they would take their picture with me. And I'm sitting there thinking, those people are shitting their pants that Phil Collins is in
Exactly.
the room.
I would be shitting mine. I'm a huge Phil Collins fan. So
no. At 19 years old, I was in a movie with Sophia Loren. Okay, so Sophia was a superstar then.
Yeah.
And they told all of us, we were insignificant actors. We were not six position stars. Please not to disturb Tab Hunter or Sophia Loren, George Sanders or Barbara Nichols. I loved every one of them.
Yeah.
And Tab Hunter, by the way, became my friend until he passed away. I love Tab. He's a buddy of mine. Anyway,
Yeah.
I walked up to Sophia. I didn't give a shit about the fact that they were going to throw me off the movie. I love Sophia. I went up to her and in Italian, I began speaking to her, and she started to laugh. And she said, "Oh my God, you're so adorable." She said, "Your Italian is as bad as my English." And somebody wanted me to get away from her. One of the grips or somebody said, "You can't do that." And she said, "You leave him alone." And she let me stay with her, and she invited me to sit down. I was never afraid. Meanwhile, everybody on the set was going, "Oh my God, there's Miss Lauren. Oh my God, oh look at her. Oh, she's coming." Like, who the fuck is Miss Lauren? She's an Italian that eats a lot of pasta, watches her weight, bangs an old man, had an affair with Cary Grant. What's the big deal? She's human.
Well, I'll tell you, she was the ultimate fantasy girl in Boy on a Dolphin.
Absolutely.
As a kid, man, when she came out of the water
in the yellow dress.
Kid, man.
With the nipples, her yellow dress with the nipples showing. I remember that. I remember. Well, in that kind of woman, she played a prostitute or a kept woman, and she wasn't happy with the film because Tab Hunter was too young for her, and there was a lot of controversy going on while they were shooting the film.
Okay.
My brother-in-law's very good friend was Sid Lumet. Sidney Lumet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Then that's how I got in the movie. I wasn't even a union person. They just stuck me in the movie. I think I got $32 for the day.
Yeah, I just watched her last night. There's a Netflix movie with her right now. I just saw her last night.
Well, she's doing a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
And I said to Jimmy, we have to approach her. I want her on the show because she was my first movie. And of course, I don't want her to be my last, but I want to interview her because I know her life history so well. And she's a very interesting lady, but I understand she's a lady you have to be careful with when you talk to. She's very, very sharp and very, very careful of what you say.
Okay.
So I would be the ultimate gentleman and totally intelligent.
So hang on.
I can do that, I pretend.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't know how to clean it up.
Oh, I can clean up.
We had Dionne Warwick on. He was very polite.
Oh, Dionne Warwick. I mean, forget about it. She was flying all over the place. I wanted whatever she was on, but she was having a good time.
Yeah, so I did a few albums with Dionne. She was a hoot.
So I want to brag for you a little. I want to brag a little bit. Last time we had you on, so first of all, you guys, this is Leland Sklar. He's not just like a bass player. He's like considered like one of the.
Wait a minute, Jimmy. Before you go into the spiel, Leland, you know what I really want? When the epidemic is over, the virus, and Scott Page and the drummer, what's his name? Quick.
Stephen Perkins.
Yeah.
They play at the Dome in L.A. I would love for them to invite you in as bass. Could you imagine listening to you on bass, those two on their instruments?
Oh, and Kenny Olsen.
And Kenny Olsen on guitar. Yeah. What a friggin' night that would be. I would be out of my mind.
I would do it in a second.
Then I'm going to tell Scott Page.
We'll tell him that he's got to do it.
When they open the Dome, the Dome in L.A.
The Wiz Dome.
The Wiz, you lay there, you get loaded on contact high pot, and you watch the beautiful graphics on the ceiling.
Yeah.
I would go crazy to, first of all, meet you in person and give you a big hug, and also listen to your bass, which is phenomenal. And you'd be working with two of the greatest in the business.
Scotty is one of my favorite people.
I love Scott. Scott's a very close to your friend.
So wait, let me go back now because I want to do some bragging. Because last time we had you on, first of all, you guys, before I was interrupted, he's not just like a bass player. He's like
interrupted.
He's like one of the best bass players in the history of music. You guys, he's so badass. It's not even funny.
And
he's very mild.
Playing the bass is not an easy instrument.
And that's what you see when you watch him on his YouTube channel. So last time I talked about some of the people people he's played with. I want to talk again. This time bringing up different people.
Okay.
Ones that I actually like a lot. Like, for example, you played. So we went to an event in New Jersey, and we were interviewing the celebrities. It was like one of those signings things, and they always let us in to interview. And we interviewed. I didn't. Ron interviewed Barbie Benton, which had thousands of people in line to go get a picture with Barbie Benton.
Yeah, but listen to my little.
But wait, but he played based on her album, according to your Wikipedia.
But let me tell you the Barbie Benton story. Mr. Blackwell, the designer and critic, who was my best buddy, we were like brothers, passed away, and she was sitting next to me. Barbie Benton was sitting next to me, and I was checking her out as a gay guy would, and I said, what is this broad got that all the men go nuts for? Well, the ankles were perfect, the calves were magnificent, the thighs were gorgeous, the waist was beautiful, the tits were fabulous, the neck was nice, the face was gorgeous, and the hair was unbelievable. And I sat there and I said, my God, this is God's greatest creation. Now let's see if she's a bitch. And of course, she was very unhappy, we all were, and I began speaking to her, and she was minimal in conversation. So I was with Tippi Hedren. We were kissing and making out and drinking.
As one would.
Yes.
Yeah, no, seriously, Tippi Hedren and I were kissing a lot. We love each other. And we were drinking a lot, so we were loaded. And I didn't see Bobby until the night of that convention. And the line was huge. And when I
say huge, like huge. Like.
And when I sat down and spoke to her, she said to me, Ron, I'm so sorry. She said, I'm so sorry that I really wasn't very friendly when I met you. She said, but now that I know who you are, I'm comfortable. She said, most men, when I sit next to them, try to touch me, talk dirty. And I thought to myself, what else?
What else is there?
Yeah. And I looked at her and I said, Bobby, so what's new? I said, if I was straight, I would have thrown you down on the floor and started banging you. Well, she started to laugh. She went hysterical. She gave me a hug and a kiss. So Bobby,
she's still gorgeous.
Yeah. So Bobby and I are friends now because she's comfortable around gay men, but not too comfortable around straight men.
Well, we cut her album at A&M Studios in Studio 2, it was Studio 2. And the most delightful thing was she came in and brought a plate of, she made chocolate chip cookies for everybody, and
that's fab.
It was just like the most delightful gal, and that was at like the height of the Hugh Hefner time and all that, and everybody would like kind of jaw drop when she was in there, and she came in the studio with the players, and everybody just hung out with her, and and
she's a regular broad. About 40 years ago, I was good friends with Janice Pennington, who was the model on
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Yeah.
And she and Bobby were best friends, and they had an antique shop up in Colorado in Aspen. And that's the first I ever heard of Bobby Benton.
So wait, I want to move from Barbie Benton. I got.
Okay, go.
So going from I picked out a few people just because Ron knows them, and I thought it would be fun. And then I'll give a list of some of the other just amazing people you've worked with.
Sure.
So I'm a huge fan. Before I even met Ron, of like cabaret Broadway singers, and you played on Peter Allen's "I Could Have Been a Sailor," which is a great album according to your Wikipedia. Ron was very good friends with him.
I love Peter.
I love Peter Allen. Peter was. Oh my God! I when I think back at his birthday party that they had on 14th Street in that big place, we were in the Michael Todd room, and I walked in, and there was Peter Allen, stoned out of his bird, laying in a sofa, half on the floor, making out with the most filthy, disgusting-looking motorcycle creature you could ever see in your life. And I said to the friends I was with, I hope that guy doesn't have AIDS. And sadly, Peter was doing a benefit with me for my Have a Heart Fund, and he was going to be the star. And Anita Gillette met me at lunch, and she said, Ron, Peter will not be in your show. And I said, why? She said, because he's very ill. You knew he had HIV. And I said, no, I didn't know that. And Peter soon after passed away. I was devastated. I remember going to the Dakota to a party at Peter's place, and we walked in the room, and the room was crowded with gay guys, and in the middle was Lauren Bacall, and another character, Riot. But Peter Allen was God, what? Oh, I could cry right now. What a sweet friend.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was it playing with on that? Was it fun? I bet it was a blast.
It was so much fun, and we got him to lay on the piano.
Yeah, Peter was a camp. Peter was a camp.
I have a real quick Lauren Bacall story.
Love her.
I was in Australia with Phil Collins, and we were staying at the Siebel Townhouse in Sydney. And I was in the gift shop, and all of a sudden this woman comes walking in, and she's looking at some stuff. And I realize it's Lauren Bacall. And some other guy comes walking in and starts talking to her, really annoying, like he would not leave her alone. And finally, she gave him the hint, and he finally walked out, and she turned and looked at me, and she said, "What a fucking asshole."
Yeah.
And I thought,
Yep.
if words are ever going to pass between me and Lauren Bacall, "what a fucking asshole" was really pretty cool.
Lauren Bacall, I've been to a few parties, and I never got really close enough to know her, but I could hear her language. Lauren Bacall was like a sailor.
Yeah.
Now, my ex-friend's brother had a $1,000 plate luncheon for Lauren Bacall to give to her favorite charity, and they wanted me to cover it. And I went to the room, I forgot where it was, where there were like 12 or 15 chairs, and not a chair for me. And I said to somebody, "Don't I get to sit down? Am I supposed to stand up the whole time while everybody's eating?" And I'm going to eat standing up, because they were giving me a plate for free. And like, "You're going to give me the book." And and Lauren said to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have nowhere to sit." She said, "Come here, sit on my lap." I said, "I'm heavy." No, I'm serious. I'm heavy.
No, that's great.
And I almost sat, I sort of held myself up. And she said, "Get comfortable, honey." She said, she didn't curse, but she said, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, time after that, there's a party at, I forgot whose house in the Dakota, maybe Peter's, somebody's. And I got to talk to Lauren, and she was delightful, but she was bombed. And at that time, she was saying something very nasty about President Kennedy, thinking back in retrospect. And that's when she started cursing. She didn't care for him much. Interesting lady, but quite
and a superstar. I mean, she's a huge star.
What I was impressed by was her size. I always thought Bogey was a little man. Bogey had to be a little bigger than I thought, because Bacall was big. She was a tall, broad-shouldered.
I think he wore lifts.
Oh, he had to wear spikes because,
Yeah.
because Betty, as everybody called her, Betty Bacall was a tall girl. I missed
So,
her too.
Also, okay, so then I'm going to do a list of some of the other people you play with, but I just want to know, did you actually play on Air Supply's song Goodbye? Because that's like one of my favorite
I
songs
love Air
ever.
Supply.
Yeah.
We had them on the show, but Goodbye is one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Yeah.
And I know that's the album that you played on, according to your Wikipedia. Everybody, you guys got a Wikipedia Leland Sklar, because like there's so many people's albums that he's played on, you can't even list them all. It takes up like I don't know, 24 inches of the computer screen of Wikipedia. But here's some of the other amazing bands that I didn't mention last time: America, Vanessa Carlton, Bette Midler, Stephen Bishop, who's been on the show, Dave Navarro, who I went to a party with, Randy Newman, Laura Branigan. So did you play on the Gloria song?
I did one version of it. I did her album, but I think we did two versions of Gloria, and I'm not sure if that's the one that ended up being the single. It's either me or Bob Glaub.
I love that. Kim Carnes, David Cassidy, Hall & Oates, Donna Summer, Ricky Martin, Lisa Loeb, Chris Christopherson. He also toured with like Carole King and Phil Collins and James Taylor and Jackson Browne and Toto, which Phil Collins, some reason I didn't know that. Phil Collins is one of my all-time like favorites like ever.
Mine too.
I've seen him in concert like 3 times, and I saw Genesis in concert once. They're like fabulous. And then the other night, because you played on some movies, and the other night I watched Phantom of the Paradise, because that's the very first movie I was ever allowed to go see by myself. I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
And it was the first movie I ever went to go see by myself, and I watched it the other day. Legally Blonde is one of my all-time favorite movies. Message in a Bottle is a great movie. And the other night we were watching TV, because I'm friends with Brian Krause, and we were watching Sleepwalkers.
Yeah.
And you played on Sleepwalkers, which is a great movie, you guys. You guys got to see it. It's really good. Which is freaking amazing.
A real cult film. It's a real cult film.
Yes, it is.
My best buddy I'm bragging, name dropping, and I don't give a shit.
Please.
My best buddy, my sister, my mother, my lover, my girlfriend, my everything was Jane Russell. And we were like family. And Jane said to me one day, my God, Ron, you know more celebrities than I do. And now I'm going to say to you, Leland, my God, you know more celebrities than I do. And I know a lot of celebrities. I mean, who don't you know?
We'll get together and really we'll just corner the market.
Absolutely.
You know, the thrills of my life were knowing Betty Davis, another one with the filthy mouth. I mean, fuck was her favorite word. Like I said before on the show, I love the way she inhaled a cigarette and drank scotch at the same time, and then said, "Oh, that was a fucking nice party." I went, you know, I mean, she was an incredible old broad. I knew her right before she passed away.
Yeah, I went to a party at Melissa Manchester's house, and she was
I love
there.
her.
And we walked in and saw Betty sitting there and holding court, and just kind of went, "Holy shit, that's Betty Davis." I mean, it was kind of like I remember going to the Amundsen Theater, and I saw this really terrible play there called A Matter of Gravity, and it really just didn't do anything for me. But Katharine Hepburn was starring in it, you know,
Right. And
I thought, man, that's Katharine Hepburn. I mean, there's certain people that you kind of sit there and you go, "Holy shit, that's."
I met her on a park bench in Central Park.
Oh, how great!
I was walking. No, it's not great. I was walking through the park and I noticed it was Katharine Hepburn. I was maybe 17 or 18. And I went right and sat down next to her. I said, "You're Katharine Hepburn, aren't you?" And she said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Oh, what are you doing here?" She said, "The same thing you are." She said, "I'm reading a script. If you'll excuse me, now go." And I got up and left. And I said, I was walking away, "Fuck her. She's no Joan Crawford or Betty Davis." You know?
Yeah, you could have read with her and helped her.
No, she wasn't. And I was an adorable little boy. She wasn't even nice, charming, or whatever. But then they said she was a mean dyke anyway. You know, one of those tough dykes. So probably that's why.
Yeah,
she wasn't nice. Now, had it been I would have been a little more friendly. I mean, of course, I sat down next to her, which was a little bit pushy. But you know, I'm a pushy guy.
Well, you have to be. I mean, if the worst that happens is somebody blows you off. The best that happens is you have a nice moment.
We've had lots.
It wasn't a nice moment, and you know what?
But it's a shame.
It left a bit of taste in my mouth about Kate Hepburn because I never really watched when TCM would run her movies. I didn't watch,
Fuck
and
her.
I think. Oh, wait a minute. I think I mentioned something about this once to Betty at lunch, Betty Davis at lunch, and I think she said something back to me. If I'm not making it up. Yes, she is, but she has wonderful cheekbones.
Well, there was a good quality in there.
So Teresa Sabin joined us. Say hi to Teresa, Leland.
Hi, Teresa.
There you go. So let's go back, you guys. So Leland's got a book, and it's available to order now. It's coming out in December. It's called Everybody Loves Me. You can go to lelandsklar'sbeard.com. It's 6,000 pictures of people shooting a bird. Many superstar celebrities, and many people nobody knows who they are. Like, how did you actually approach that? What do you go up to somebody and say, "Hey, can I take a picture of you shooting a bird?"
No, I say, "Hey, give me the finger." and if they kind of look at you like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Come on." and out of the 12,000 photographs I've taken, I've probably had 14 people say no. So most people are thrilled to do it.
Hey, Leland, I'm going to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm on. How long am I on this fucking show?
9 years.
9 years. We have 2 guests a week. How many people is that? Thousands of people. I want to say this to you, and no smoke up your ass, no bullshit. You are one of my favorite people.
Oh,
I really look so. When Jimmy, I said to Jimmy, "Who's on coming up in the weeks to come?" Whatever, and he said you are, and I said, "Oh, I can't wait." You are. No. Let me tell you something. Our dogs are going crazy. Everybody must love you that knows you. So I think if you ask them to give you the finger, they'd be happy to, to do that book.
Yeah.
I think you're just a special person. You really are.
Thank you so much, man.
No bullshit. I don't do this to most people.
No, but I feel the same way. When Eileen told me I was going to be able to come back on with you guys, I was thrilled because this was one of the highlights of my year was during your show. And
I hope so.
And I would come back anytime you guys want.
Oh, you're going to come back.
You're going to come back.
Because you're one of my.
Actually, we're doing.
I do have favorites. Like Sadie Katz is coming on, and
great.
And Marcel is coming on right now after you.
Yeah,
and so I love. He's a brilliant
director.
Yeah.
and his film Blind you must see.
Actually,
Yeah.
Leland, what we do on December 23rd, which they were going to cancel
Yeah.
our show, but we're not going to cancel it now because our fabulous engineer Rebel said she'll let us do it. So on December 23rd, we do our Christmas show, and we bring all our favorite celebrities on for like cameos to come talk to everybody, and we'll have like 10 of them on. So we're going to put you on the list as one of the people to join us for December 20th. We have CC Peniston coming on. We have a whole bunch of really fun people coming. It'll be a blast.
And you'll probably know half of them.
Yeah, you'll know them all. Scott Page will come.
Scott Page will be on. Everybody that we mentioned will be
fabulous. And count me
so
in.
it'll be a lot of fun. So
Absolutely.
okay, so you
it's
guys
be like a quadro stream.
Yeah.
there'll be like 10 of us on. It'll be fun.
Great.
So you guys go to lelandsklar'sbeard.com. You can follow him on Instagram. It's leland.sklar. He's Spoonie Lee with a number 1 after it on Twitter. His YouTube channel is, what is it? Just like the Leland
It's just
Sklar?
Leland Sklar. Just
Leland Sklar, which he plays bass on like all of. Now, most of the songs that you play on your show are those songs that you actually played on those people's records.
Yeah, the essence of it was, if I have a minute, I'll explain how.
You have time. We have about 10 minutes left. So
okay, great.
Good.
When we hit the past couple of years, we were out with Phil Collins doing his Not Dead Yet tour. And I had some people write to me when this pandemic began and said, we saw you guys, but we were in like a stadium. And they said, we could hear you, but we really couldn't hear all the details and stuff. So what I thought I would do is I had our front of house sound guy sent me our show from Adelaide, which was a real good show. And I just started with the first song. Every day I added another song. And what I would do is I have my laptop sitting there and I have a little Bose speaker next to it, and I would play the track through that, but I have a bass amp next to me. So I would talk about the song and then play over the song. So the bass is the loudest thing. You hear the track, but the bass is there. And about 3 songs into it, people started writing going, "We love your YouTube channel." And I'm going, "What are you talking about?" And they go, "Oh, no, your new channel." And I'm going, "What channel?" Because I didn't know it would turn into a channel. I was just trying to show some bass parts. And at this point now, since March, I think I've got about 360 videos up. I've done one every single day since the pandemic began. I just did Randy Newman this morning. I did Bonnie Raitt yesterday.
What Randy Newman song did you do?
I did. Oh God, which ones did I do? I'm blank. I'm so enthralled being with you that my mind's really gone at this point.
Boy, is that,
I love that song. I love LA and Christmas
yeah.
in Cape Town and I Love LA. I'm a huge Randy Newman. Not so much his Disney songs as much as his own stuff.
Randy's is one, and the whole Newman dynasty start, with Alfred and all the film scores and stuff. And David Newman's amazing and stuff. But what I've done is every song I've put up is a song I've played on, and I show, and some of this, it's a challenge because I'll get up and I'll think of a song that maybe, like the other day I did Gypsy Woman, Brian Hyland. And that was one of the first things I ever recorded. I had to go back 50 years to find that one. But it's become
I remember that one. Don't make fun of it.
No, I think it's a great record. And Brian's still out there working, which is fantastic. I mean, to come from itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini,
right? But I want to say something else, Leland.
Yeah.
What I really think is wonderful about your book is, years ago we didn't have cell phones to use as cameras, and it was very rude to photograph a celebrity without makeup or being positioned properly. So we never thought of being all the wonderful celebrities like Peter Allen. I don't think I have any pictures, maybe 1 or 2. Betty Davis, I think I've won. I don't have a photograph history of all the people I've known and the places we've been. But your book is wonderful. It's history because you've got pictures with you and every celebrity you know in that book. And
here's my parents.
Oh my God, that's so fat. He's got a beard too.
But I really envy.
Oh, and then look.
Wait, I really envy your book because I wish I had one like it of all of my years and the people I knew.
It's interesting to me when I've done interviews, inevitably somebody says, "Is there anything you regret in your career?" And my go-to answer is, from the very first day I walked into a recording studio, that I didn't have a camera. Yeah. And just to take a picture of artists, engineers, musicians, studios that are long gone, they've been bulldozed down decades ago. I really, in hindsight, because when you're starting your career, it's a day by day thing. You never see that you're actually going to have history. And so it never occurred to me, even if it was an Instamatic 110 or something like that.
Anything, a black and white, anything.
Yeah.
A Kodak camera.
Yeah.
Now,
So
the only one that
I missed that.
the only one I have a lot of pictures of course, is Jane Russell.
Yeah.
Because we did things together, but that's my private collection pictures.
Yeah.
And I posted only the ones where she had on her hair and makeup. I
Yeah.
didn't post any of the what, you know, swimming in the pool and hanging out at the house.
Yeah.
I won't do that because I want her image to remain the glamorous woman she
What an
was.
image. What an image.
Oh, she was a sweetie. She was a nice human being. She was
Yeah.
as beautiful inside as out.
That's so great to hear. Yeah.
A little testy. She could be a little.
Good.
She could be. She was tough. If you fucked around with her, she gave it back to you. She was no.
Well, it's like Joan Rivers was like that. You know, I mean, Joan was great. I remember we were staying in the Meridian Hotel in New York, and Joan was there. And she came outside, and there was a bunch of construction workers working across the street, and they started giving her a bunch of shit. And man, she embarrassed them. So I mean, she like went on them. It was like so beautiful to watch.
Oh yeah. I was in I was in Joan's company in a limo between Joan and Debbie Reynolds.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
we had gone to the club where she tried out all her jokes, and Debbie came. And I knew Debbie very well because of Jane Russell and Debbie were good friends. And then they were going into the limo, and Debbie said, "Come on, sit with us," because they were waiting for somebody else to come out of the clown club, whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
Well, those two broads together, let me tell you, I said to them, "Oh, if only a camera were here. Do we have the show of shows?" And then Debbie said, "Yeah, but it would be XXXXXXXXXX rated."
Yeah. She was a trip.
What a mouth on her.
She
was sitting on that limo saying those fucking jokes. I don't know where they write these stupid motherfuckers. They write these shit for me, and I got to go up there and make them sound good. And Debbie said, "Oh, tell me about it. You got to see the shit I had to do in my time." I mean, they were going back and forth. I wish I had a tape recorder or a camera. And then the other time I saw Joan, I was doing a big drag benefit at the Manhattan Center in New York, and Joan Rivers was one of the celebrity guests.
Did we tell you that he used to do drag?
Yeah, years ago. I did Jane Russell, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
I impersonated her. Anyway, Joan was in the green room, and what I found was off stage, she was not funny. She was a very serious lady.
This is Ron in drag.
Oh, it's fantastic.
There it goes.
That's Ron as
Jane Russell. That's how I got to meet her. You know what?
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Well,
he is.
What in person?
As a man and a woman.
Stop it. What impersonator gets to be the dearest and best friends with the person he impersonated for 46 years?
Yeah, and then here's him with her, with Jane. Hang on.
Yeah.
How do I get there?
My beautiful Jane.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's them together.
Oh,
my
beautiful.
Beautiful Jane. I miss her all the time.
Yeah.
Not because she was a celebrity. I miss her because she was a woman who cared about her friends.
Had heart.
She had heart, and she truly loved you. If she didn't like too many people, but if she loved you, she really loved you.
Yeah. Yeah. People like that you really cherish those kind of relationships.
And you don't find too many in show business.
No, not at all.
Well, let me tell you something else.
Yeah.
We did at the Cinema Paradiso in Florida, we did a thing together, and one of the reporters said to me, the paparazzi were shooting her, and they said to me, "Excuse me, sir, but would you mind going to the left? We want Miss Russell alone." And she heard that, and she grabbed my hand, and she said, "You get the hell over here." She said, "You're my escort." And she wouldn't let me get off the stage.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Actually, too, there's somebody, Susanna Jones, has joined us in the chat room. Hi, Susanna.
Hi, Susanna.
She wants to know if every picture in the book is somebody shooting a bird, which I said yes, but I thought you could tell.
Yes.
Everybody's shooting a bird. There's famous people and not famous people, and there's Leland.
Children, there's babies, there's everything.
Is there babies, really?
This book is a riot.
Oh my God! Who wants to see a babe? That's hilarious.
I can't.
My sister would have a heart attack if I had her kid like shoot a bird.
So I can't wait for. I cannot. Wait.
How awesome is that? What a great idea! That is
the thing about the book is there's a finite amount of ways of doing this. Faces are infinite. And,
Yes.
and to me, the thing that really is captivating in the book is when you empower somebody to do this, the look that you get, everything from this to like, kind of. So it's really a comment on humanity. It's not just the finger is really like something that gets you in the door, but it's like when I did Jack Black. Jack goes, "You want balls or no balls?" You know, I mean, it's like,
If I were going to do that book, you know what I would do?
There you go, two-fingered.
absolutely. You know, or you could even. No, it's really one of these things that, you know, some people kind of go, why would you want to look at that? And then when they start looking at it,
It's fun.
they can't put it down.
It's called fun, folks.
Yeah.
So you guys, to pre-order the book, all you got to do is go to lelandsklar'sbeard.com, lelandsklar'sbeard.com.
Thank you.
Do you have a fan page on Facebook or no?
There's a fan page, but I don't go to it that much. You go to my personal page when I'm not thrown off, because I'm kicked off of Facebook constantly. You know, I'm the opposite end of Zuckerberg's concept of what's community standards.
Yes, I know. I get everybody I know has problems, so that's
it's a
okay.
whole other thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
I got to tell you, Leland, I'm going to be so excited Christmas time to open your book when it comes. It'll be the best Christmas gift I will have all year.
Well, my only regret is that you're not in it, but you will.
No, that's okay.
I want to be in the next one.
Yeah, because you guys are really something very special, and I'd be proud to have you displayed. But we will do it.
And I'd be so proud. I'd be so proud to be in your book. Like I said, you're one of the nicest people on our show. I've had a couple of real son of a bitches that I hated. One time I walked off the show because the person was an animal. Angelina Jolie, Angie Voigt, grew up in my house. I don't know if you know that. She was my daughter Deirdre's best friend for years.
Oh, cool.
And this guy came on and he started blasting her. I mean, saying the most horrible things. And I said, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's one of the nicest, kindest, sweetest, most caring, generous, giving people in the world. She's got a heart bigger than she is. You don't even know her. I know her since she was 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
She played in my house and swam in our pool. I mean, how do you talk about somebody you've never met? And he kind of kept going on that she was this, and I just got up and I walked off the set.
Good.
I couldn't deal with it because what was his problem?
Yeah.
I mean,
and we don't ever bash anybody. Our show's about having a good fucking time.
That's
and
what it's all about. That's
right.
Leland, he didn't even know her. He never met her.
Some people are just assholes.
Oh, this one was a big asshole.
And we just want to have fun. Like your book. I think your book is one of the funnest things ever. And the fact that, not everybody can roll with the jokes and the profanity and all the stuff. So the fact that you ride with it makes you the most awesome guest on the planet, besides being an incredibly talented musician and artist. So we think it's fabulous. And we want to thank you for coming on. You guys follow him on first of all, the most important thing is to watch his YouTube channel, you guys, because he's putting up videos every day. He's fabulous. Just Google Leland Sklar, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it. Follow him on Instagram as leland.sklar, and on Twitter, which he has no Twitter following because he's not really there. It's
I hate Twitter.
Spoony Lee with the number one.
Listen, where do you live again? Colorado?
I'm in Pasadena. Pasadena.
Oh, give me a break. Okay, listen. Private conversation. We're having lunch soon with Scott Page and his wife, Wayne. Yeah. And we're going to Pasadena to have lunch.
Oh, please, let's hook up.
So we'll hook you up.
So hook up with us.
Oh, please.
Absolutely.
We'll have a great lunch.
It would be fabulous.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do it.
We love it.
We'll get to meet in the flesh.
Leland, you're a superstar. We love having you on the show. Thank you so much. Good luck. Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Happy.
And we'll see you for our Christmas show.
Right.
I look forward to it. And I have to say from the bottom of my heart, I really love you two guys.
I love you back. You know what? You're a good heart. You're a dear heart. And you're a sweet guy. And that's why you got so many people to
good
do your
things. That's right.
Finger.
That's right. All right, Leland.
Take care, Leland.
Here's a bird for you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Bye-bye, Leland. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God. How fabulous. He's such a cool guy.
I really care for this guy a lot. I'm not bullshitting when I say it. He's got such a nice, warm personality. He's open. He's giving. He's a kind gent. And I can't wait to have lunch with him and Scott. and Wayne. I call her John Wayne. That's how I remember Scott Page's wife's name, Wayne.
So real quick, you guys, you can listen to. We're gonna bring Marcel in just a sec. You can listen to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell on our home station, the fabulous W4CY Radio, with our fabulous engineer Rebel, and it's a Dean K. Piper radio station, and he's a super cool guy. We're also on K4.
He's okay if you like him. You know, you gotta like that type.
Yeah, he's also on K4
Right?
HD.
I bet you Dean's listening in. Hey,
He's
Dean.
also on K4 HD Radio in Los Angeles, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, Podomatic, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. On television, you can see us on Comcast, YouTube, Vimeo, and Jimmy Star's World Television. It's
And
always
Dean-
a lot
and-
of fun.
And Dean, if you're spying in on our show, have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. baby.
Absolutely, you and the family.
And we love you.
And chat room, we've got such a fabulous chat room. So many people have joined us. Teresa Sabin joined us. Hello, Teresa. I hope everything is going well with you. Dave from Stars Now UK showed up.
Sorry, Dave. No tits and ass today. You're gonna have to be,
But the guy who did Blind, who's coming on next, he has Sarah French, who was one of the beautiful, beautiful girl
she's
that was on a
coming,
couple
and
of weeks
she's-
ago.
She
She was on. She was on already, like
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know, but she's gonna be coming back on because she has another thing she's pushing.
Oh, okay. So we'll bring her back on. We love her. She's beautiful.
Yes, she
And
is.
all right, so
so nice.
Okay, we can bring him in anytime you're ready now, Rebel, and we'll bring in Marcel Walz. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, you look great. We haven't seen you in such a long time.
Oh my God, yeah. When was it the last time? Was it in May or something? When you
I
did
don't
the
know.
tour?
Yeah, when we came to your house, your new beautiful house, and Rudiger was there, and we ate Chinese food.
I know.
That was freaking awesome. All right, hold on. Let me make an introduction.
Excuse me.
We got to make the introduction. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Really, honestly, one of the most talented indie film directors on planet Earth. His name is Marcel Walz. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, and it's nice to see you guys again.
And here, let me introduce you, my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, the gorgeous Mr. Ron Russell. So now we have two beauties.
Marcel knows who I am. I am so grateful to you, darling, that you got into our show. I understand
finally,
you were
right?
having difficulty getting in. Was that difficulty with your bra strap? I love you, baby. How's Dom? Dominico.
Well,
Is he working? Is he flying?
yeah, he's in China right now.
Good.
Oh, we're wishing him
Well-
all the best. That's not so
well,
good.
I'm sorry that he's not here, but I'm glad that he's making money. So
Yeah.
good. I'm glad he's in China.
So
Also,
someone-
we have a chat room full of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello.
Angela Joseph is there. Say hi to
Oh,
Angela because you
hello,
know
Angela.
her. And Dawn Hinton, who is a big fan of Blind in your film. So say
Aw.
hi to Dawn.
Anyway, before we get started with the publicity bullshit, no, I'm not gonna. You think I'm going to talk to you the way I talk to you in person? That all you do is show cleavage? I mean, I'm not going to tell people that. He wears his shirts open to his navel. He shows his little.
That's
titties.
why I
If-
wear the jacket and a hoodie.
I
today.
figured that. I figured.
And if you guys want to see those pictures, you can follow him on Instagram. He's
Yeah,
Marcel Waltz _official.
It's called gay cleavage. So all of you guys out there that are into pecs, go watch gay cleavage. Meanwhile, darling, sweetheart, best friend, I
Yeah.
love you. I've invited you and Sarah and Joe out here, and Dom, of course. So we have to get some kind of a date when this virus is over, and you could come and enjoy Paramaspringza. Now, story, quick. I'm in the car with Jimmy. We're driving to LA. And I said, no, shut your mouth. It's about your fucking movie. So I said to Jimmy, oh, another shitty film we have to go to. I'm so bored with these red carpets and all these crappy films. He said, yeah, but Marcel's a nice guy. I said, nice guy has nothing to do with a shitty movie. Meanwhile, we drive in, we get out of the car, we park, we walk, we go in the theater, we smile at everybody. I'm acting happy. We go sit down. I said to Jimmy, Sarah French is tits and ass. She can't act. What kind of, is she starring in this crappy movie? So Jimmy said, yes. Well,
And I also said, please be polite.
yes. Well, let me tell you something. 10 minutes into that film, I turned to Jimmy and I said, oh, Sarah is great. She's a fabulous actress. When the film was over, I said to Jimmy, this is the best movie I have ever seen and the best red carpet. I'm so happy I'm here. Marcel did a brilliant job with directing Sarah. Instead of Sarah being a hysterical screaming broad like they all are in these stupid movies, she took it inside. And you felt her pain because Marcel told her what to do. The movie is wonderful. The story is not a chop 'em up stupid no mentality movie. It's a thriller. It gets you going, and while you're watching it, you go, it's got so many of those. So watch your popcorn and soda. You don't throw it all over yourself.
Dawn says she's seen it twice. It's fabulous.
I love.
She also said she didn't know that you had an accent, so she's all like excited.
He's from Germany.
They're talking about how gorgeous you are.
Oh, he's even cute. He's even cuter in person.
Yes, you guys. He is gorgeous.
And he has a nice little ass. Also, he's very cute. He's not bad. If I were 1 in 20, I'd steal him from Dom. But since I'm 112,
so let's go. So first of all, you guys, we're talking about his most recently released film. It just came out 2 weeks ago or so. It's called Blind, you guys. It's written by Joe Netter. It's we want to give props to everybody.
Terrific writer. Joe writes beautifully.
It stars Sarah French, which was on. She was on 2 weeks ago. She's so fabulous in this film.
Won many awards for this film.
Your cinematographer, which I looked up because you've used him on a couple of films, Thomas Rist. He did a great job.
Yeah.
He's super great. One of your producers who we had Chinese food, Rudiger. How do I pronounce his last name? Kumaril?
Ooh, that's hard probably for you guys. It's Kumaril.
Kumaril. Okay.
I don't think we had Chinese food.
Yeah, we did.
We had Mexican food.
Oh, we had Mexican food. Sorry.
So he's old. He's seen.
Was it Mexican or Chinese?
Mexican.
Well, it was probably Mexican then. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably Mexican.
Dom went and picked it up in the Mexican restaurant around the corner.
So you guys, some of the people starring in the film, Tyler Gallant, which we haven't had on yet, Sarah French, Caroline Williams, Jed Rowan, who plays Pretty Boy, which we'll talk about that in a minute, Thomas Haley, Sherry Davis, Ben Kaplan, Jessica Galetti. And in this movie, you guys, Joe Netter has created and Marcel has brought to life your newest iconic horror villain. In Jed Rowan, who plays Pretty Boy. So talk a little bit about that a little bit, because now you have Michael Myers and you have Jason, and now you have Pretty Boy.
Yeah, I mean, Pretty Boy, I don't think he's like Michael Myers or Jason. He's more deep because even you sometimes you feel for him. That's what my mom said when she watched the movie the first time. At the end, she told me, well, I felt for him. Kind of. So, and that was a weird situation or a weird thing or weird feeling. So, it's nice because we got all those merchandise deals with the costume and everything. It's nice to see the costume right next to Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and all that kind of stuff. That was a big honor for me and the whole crew, actually. Yeah.
So tell everybody
a little thing about Pretty Boy is a psychopath. Pretty Boy is a stalker. Pretty Boy could be dangerous, but we don't know for sure. Pretty Boy wears a mask because he's really grotesquely ugly. Marcel posed, for his picture.
Yeah, right.
Marcel is so grossly ugly.
Right.
No, Pretty Boy is sort of a phantom, and that's what makes the film so intriguing, is you never know when he shows up.
Yeah.
Now, picture you are blind, living in a beautiful home, and someone is stalking you while you are taking a shower, going to sleep. It's a scary movie because it's something that we all fear. We fear the unknown. We fear the dark. And when you go to bed at night and the room is pitch black, somebody could be in that room staring at you, watching you sleep. How would you like that? That's why I love the film, because the film lets you frighten yourself.
And there's some really frightening parts.
The film does not frighten you. You frighten yourself.
Yeah. Because
it's a work. I think this is going to be the best film you've ever done. I don't know if you could beat this one. I don't know if you could do better.
I don't know either, but we just finished the second one, so let's see.
I think it's going to be fabulous.
I want to see this. Can you send us?
No, they just finished shooting it. It takes a year to freaking.
Oh, they didn't edit. You didn't edit it or anything. Okay.
Listen, we're working on it already, so it's already in post production. So
there you go. That's good.
What's going on with the movie I'm supposedly in? called Wedding or The Bride?
You're not supposed to talk about it.
The title we could say. Jimmy, go fuck yourself. The title.
I always tell him not to say anything.
No, the title is The Bride, and I do not play the bride. Marcel does.
Well, we will see. Let's see. Let's talk after casting.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, "Let's talk after casting. Maybe you'll play the bride." Let's go back. Let's go back because I want to talk about some of his other films too. And I want to go back to Blind because you guys, this movie's out now. It's available in all your digital download sites. It's available. Is it in like stores in like Walmart and places too?
Actually, I have no idea. They had some. They had some issues with the DVD order, or I don't know, on Amazon and on Walmart. I'm not sure if it's in Walmart, but you can order it through Walmart on the webpage.
I heard it did beautifully, and I heard it did well in Europe.
Oh yeah,
it went gangbusters.
We got some good releases there in Russia, in Italy, in Germany next month. So yeah, we're doing good.
And so how many awards did you win?
It should do very good in the Asian market. Because
I don't know. Oh yeah, they had a theatrical release in August there.
And where? China, Japan?
South Korea.
South Korea.
There you go.
Yeah,
so wait, how many awards did you win for best horror film? I know there's a lot.
Hundreds of awards.
On IMDb or one of those places, I think it said like 9, but I think there's more than that.
I think it's with best actress and everything. I think we're 11 or something.
There you go. That's awesome.
Well, it's worth it, you know. I remember,
but it's so weird because we won best drama, best horror, best film noir. So many different kind of genres. We won the
I love it.
Or the categories.
Yeah.
What I want to tell our listening or viewing audience is, don't expect it to be the same boring story where 10 people go to a high school, one by one they get killed grossly, and then at the end the broad's running screaming like a moron. This is not one of those boring same do-over movies that so many people are producing today. This movie is interesting, intriguing, intelligent,
beautifully shot.
Beautifully shot, which I love. A steady camera doesn't make you want to vomit like some of these stupid photographers.
And Sarah French is phenomenal.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Sarah French.
She did a wonderful, amazing job, and she's a very dear friend. And I'm very thankful to have her and her hubby Joe in my life.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Sarah French.
Okay.
Her performance. You can overact, or you can underact, or you can be real.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah French was handling her role as a blind. Sarah French was a famous movie actress who went blind from a surgery, and now she's finding being blind difficult. She's in her Beverly Hills home, not suspecting that a moronic, insane fan is living with her. That's all I'm going to tell you.
That's a lot.
No, because I want people to know.
The movie anyway.
No, it's not all of the movie.
No, but that's the story.
It's the frightening part to think that this film is fictitious, but it could be real.
Yeah.
I'm sure this has happened. In fact, I must tell you the story, and I swear on both my children, I am not lying. I'm not making this up. It's in Jane Russell's book. Jane Russell was asleep one night, and a man went up onto her balcony and got into her bedroom and laid next to her.
Well,
and wait a minute, Jane Russell woke up, and all she said to the man was, "I believe in Jesus." And she began praying to Jesus. And the man got up and left the bedroom and went down the balcony. And this is a true story. Get Jane Russell's book, her autobiography. She tells the whole story in it.
I believe it. And, yeah, that's
it's frightening to think 100%. That the doc can have someone in it.
Yeah, I think too. One thing we should give a shout out is to Joe Netter. Joe Netter is the significant other of Sarah French. I've known him for years. He's super duper talented writer. Oh, yeah. And I don't know that he because he kind of like lets Sarah take like all the spotlight and glory, but he's such a talent.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's this guy's name on that show now?
Huh? Marcel.
Marcel was, I'm only kidding. Marcel was lucky. He chose a great script, a fine actress, and mixed with his
and a great team.
Wait a minute, mixed with his talent as a European director. I find that European directors have a whole different mindset of what a film should look like. Here in the United States, most of these directors or writers do blow them up, chop them up, blood all over, and that's the movie. That anybody can do. But when you do what these three did, this threesome, you're gonna no, I don't mean sexual threesome. You're such a pig. I mean, can you ever not stop thinking of sex? You're so adorable. But listen, I can't say more about the film except if you don't see it, you're a stupid idiot because you're gonna you're gonna cheat yourself of a good time, and you're caught in the house. You're home. Go buy it.
So he has 3 films, you guys, that that have released since we've known him. Because we've known him since we moved here to California. I actually think we met him through Angela Joseph, if I'm not sure. Yeah. Through Angela Joseph.
Baby.
And but when you were in Germany, you also did all kinds of German films, right? That we just don't see them here. So how did you decide like horror was your thing?
Oh, that was very early. I think I was 12 years old or something. That was the time when I saw the first time Scream.
Yeah, great movie.
And after that, I figured out, okay, that's what I want to do.
That is so cool.
But I love your technique of directing, and I hope you stay with it because you hit a jackpot with this film.
I think that's just my style. So I
hope so. I hope so.
It's I think after all those years, I found something, or I found my style and what I like and what I can do, and people are fine with that, or the producers are okay. That's okay, and that's a style we like, and I'm stick to it. That's fine, and I like it and I love it, and that's.
Oh, I forgot.
Wait a minute. Hang on. If I'm really fortunate enough to be in your film, I will let you direct me. You know I'm not easy. I usually tell the director what I like and what I don't like, what's authentic and what's not, and what could be done better. Because I'm old school actor. I'm from 50,000 years ago when the actor and the director worked together to make the character great. But with you, I trust you, and I don't trust other directors I've worked under. But I trust you, and I know that you will make me a far better actor than I am already.
I mean, look, at the end, it's a teamwork. Everyone brings something for the movie, and every single person on set, in post-production, in pre-production, every single person is so important because that's the reason why the movie came together how it is. So
yeah, I know, but sometimes I got to do this delicately. Sometimes there's people that handle the film, that distribute the film, that tell the director what the actors should do. What the fuck do they know? They're only distributors. I mean, like, you know who they are.
Totally different, because Marcel does things that doesn't do it that way.
And I was in a film where I was hired and I was supposed to be a gay, campy minister, a fun-loving, wild minister. Well, when the distributors found out my character, they said, no. He's got to be a straight, normal minister. Well, I said okay to it. When we shot it, I did a light and the loafer gay minister, but not too obvious, but campy.
Yeah.
When the film,
so that's what he was hired to do.
When the film played at the red carpet, afterwards, everybody came over and said, Ron, you stole the movie. Sadie Katz said to me, you stole the movie. Because the part that I played was light and airy, funny and humorous. And in a horror movie, you need to have happy to go with sad. You need to have relaxed to go with scary.
Yeah.
This director didn't know his ass from his elbow anyway, so it was a terrible situation. But I would definitely listen. I think you know your stuff well. As a young fellow, how old are you now? 12, 13, 18, 16? I mean, what are you, jailbait? You're so cute.
I know. Everybody in the chat room is like talking about how cute you are. So hold on.
Oh, no, you got to see him in person, folks.
Yeah, he's way better looking in person.
No, it's his mannerisms. In person, you want to grab him and hug him. He is so adorable. He does all these little afflictions. He's just an adorable guy.
So we have someone who supports the show. She's fabulous. Her name is B. Claudia. She's in Germany. Yeah. She's actually right now saying she sees an interview that you did on Thrill and Kill in German. And she wants to know when the thing's coming out in German. But her name's B. Claudia. Say hi to B. Claudia.
Hello, is she German or is she?
Yeah, she's German. No,
Oh,
she's German.
Hello, Claudia.
There you go. And that's just because we've never had anybody who could say.
Say something very charming to her in German.
Freut mich, dass du hier bist und der Film kommt raus am 4.12.
Translation?
No.
Hey, B, write in the chat room what that just meant.
You know what he probably said in German? Isn't Ron Russell the biggest asshole you've ever seen?
No.
She says hello. She's all excited. Actually,
Sure.
Dawn wants to know who's. I don't know if you want to tell people that or not. Whose home was that in Blind? I know whose home it was, but I don't know if you want people to know that or not.
No, leave it as a set. Don't give it away. You want to give it away? You want to?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I already mentioned it in so many interviews anyway. So
okay, go ahead.
It was your home.
Yeah, it was my home. Yeah,
which was quite
because
beautiful.
The funny
Right
thing is, do you know how the movie came about?
Tell everybody.
Let's hear it.
So one night, that sounds cheesy and stupid, but that's the real story. So I had a dream. I saw all the cast and the cameras and the film crew and in my house shooting a movie, and I went to one guy and asked him, "Hey, you really think she are you sure she can't do, or she can't see him, or she can't do it because she's blind and blah blah blah?" Then I woke up and I got this feeling, oh wait a second, I should write something down, and I wrote the word blind down. On the next day, I went on a hike with my dog Chloe, and I was thinking all the time, is there a movie about a blind girl getting stalked by a super fan or a super creep, whatever? And I couldn't think about anything. So I got a call from Sarah French, and she asked, "Hey Marcel, you want to come over tonight? Let's watch a movie and order pizza." Well, that we did. And after eating the pizza, I told them this, my dream, and told, "Hey, I had this dream, blah 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 blah." And Joe was standing there. That's interesting. So, and then we throw all those ideas in one pot and say, "Hey, what about this and what about that? And here, what do you think about this idea?" And Joe had so many great ideas, and I told him, "Yeah." And then we talked about how should the kill look like, and I told him, "Well, I was thinking like a baby blue old 80s suit with a Ken doll mask," and that's how everything came together. And from that day, we had 5 weeks to wrap the movie. So we had 2 weeks pre-production. We shot the movie, and then that's the story.
And you guys, they had actual masks, the red carpet. They had pretty boy masks for everybody to wear at the red carpet.
Now I'm going to ask you something. Probably I shouldn't. I should do it in private, but I don't do that kind of shit. Our fans and the people that watch the show are like family. I have written a script. I think is fabulous. Jimmy loves it, and people are interested in it. It's called Il Regalo, which in Italian is the gift. I couldn't use the title gift because it was already done. So I use it's called Il Regalo.
That sounds way better.
In thinking of a director, I immediately thought of you, and then I thought of a few others, and I thought, no, I went back to you. I will send you the script when we have it finished, cleaned up.
100%.
If you're interested, I would love, Jimmy, to hire you to be my director for this film.
Send it over. I can't wait.
Because this film is not it's going to be a couple of $1 million film. It's going to be for it'll either be a TV series or a major movie. And I want Lainey Kazan as the star only because of her personality and a lot of other big names in it. So it's going to be quite an endeavor, which is going to take a lot of funding.
Which has some cool horror aspects, but it's not a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller. I don't do horror movies. It's a thriller, but I can't give it away, but when you read the script, you will find it very, very.
We'll have it ready
very
soon.
Different. You're going to find it's all New York, Brooklyn talk. It's about
Don't tell what it's about.
No, it's about a Jewish woman who's married to an Italian man, and the story unfolds from there. It's a comedy, by the way. It's a black comedy, and it's fast moving.
Thriller black comedy.
Thriller black. And I said to myself, I think while I was writing it, I had you in the back of my mind, and I said, I know what Marcel will do with this. And so I really
it's actually a huge compliment, honestly, because I think we have been to I think we've probably been to 25 red carpets since we've lived here of indie films, you know, with all different
And I've been
directors and
to
all different groups
and
of
how
people.
about all of them in New York?
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about since we've been
a
here.
million in New York.
And really, like your film, Blind, is so much better than every other film that we've seen. And these are all friends of ours, you know, but it's so well done.
And it's hard because, you know, it insults all the other directors that we know.
I know, because every time they come on, any director that ever comes on, Ron goes, "Have you seen Blind?"
Well, you know what? No. You know what? Listen to me. Listen, I'm 80 fucking years old, all right? I've been in the business 46 years. I've made dozens of television and movies. I've had a big career in the film business. I remember when film was good and when horror movies were good. Then suddenly horror movies became trash to me. It was blow them up, stab them, kill them, bloody, gory, horrible. No story.
I love that shit too.
Yeah, because you were brainwashed. Then Marcel comes along and he gives me a film that's meaty, a film that I look at and I can enjoy. I want to get in the film. I wanted more. When it was over, I thought, how long was that fucking movie? 10 minutes? You know, most of the horror.
How long was it? 10 minutes after, like, I had to listen for an hour and a half driving in. I can't believe we have to go see another one of these shitty films.
You know, I mean, what did I know? I never saw your work, Marcel. I'm a class movie. Well, you know, don't look at the people I knew in the business, Betty Davis, all those big movie stars. They did monumental films. And I suddenly meet Jimmy and I come into these $2 movies that stink. Now, we have friends that are directors, and I don't mean any offense to them. But there's always one better than most, and you are better than most. And I'm sorry if it offends them, but maybe they'll learn from you.
See it that way because everyone has his own style. So maybe it's.
No, I hope they learn from you.
But you have a
wait. I know one.
Much to learn from me.
No. I know one director who's a very dear friend of ours who I spoke to at length about this, and he agreed with me. He said, "No, Ron," he said, "I'm really going to do scripts and stuff." Getting away from that 10 people killed in a high school. He agreed with me. He said, no, it's done. We did it. It's over. Now it's time to move on.
It's a great story
So
too. That has a lot to do with the fact that you have a story
wait,
that nobody's
you
done.
interrupt me one more time.
Doesn't matter. I want to talk.
Right down your throat. I'm going to put this fucking mic. But anyway.
We always do that. Don't worry.
We're married. Everybody that they love it.
I know. Trust me, I'm in the same spot.
Right. No, they love it. Everybody that watches us loves when we fight. Anyway, now you made me lose my train.
Okay, good, because I want to talk. All right, so
now get bored. Get bored.
So I want to know, first of all, okay, Scream was the movie that made you want to do this. What are some of the films that are like influential, that are your favorite horror movies, or if you had a a couple of horror movies that are your go-to horror movies? You know, like if you're in a mood that you go watch.
That would be always like kind of Halloween, Scream, all those classics. But what is my absolutely favorite, and people probably getting sick when I'm saying that, but it's the style from American Horror Story, and I would say Hotel was my favorite season. That's exactly that kind of style what I want to do, and if I would have millions of a budget, you know.
We've had a whole bunch of people from American Horror Story on the show.
Oh, I
actually love a lot of the actors. Okay, so then who are your? Let's say
I want to make a point. Okay. It's a very, very important point. Making a movie that is horror with no story stinks. Make a movie with a story that has horror. That's a success.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, there's also movies then. You just watch them. It's nothing special. There's no story. It's just fun. I totally understand that's fine. But then you realize, okay, that's what it is. Nothing more and nothing better. It's just a fun movie to watch. It's gory. It's bloody. It's splatter. Blah blah blah. Fine. But then when people trying to get a good story or whatever, or building tension or building characters, that's even more important. That's a whole different thing.
Well, did you see Hanukkah?
Yeah.
No comment.
That's not nice.
Well, I didn't say anything bad.
Anyway, no, I think that's one of the great things that you did in Blind was the fact that you created, because like everybody really cared about Sarah. You know, we go to all these movies and like, the people get killed and you're like, I don't give a shit that they got killed, because who gives a shit, but you actually, by the end of the movie, you're like, oh my God, you like her so much, that you don't ever want anything to happen to her. So I think people will be excited for the second one when it comes out.
And she's so beautiful. She looks like Kim Novak. For those of you who don't know Kim Novak, she was in Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo with Jimmy Stewart, which is a classic movie. Sarah French has a angelic beauty. She doesn't look like a hard-hearted Hannah, trashy broad. She's got an angelic beauty. If you look at her face and her eyes, they're soft. And I think when she was trying to deal with her blindness, we felt the pain. We felt her. I did anyway. I felt the anxiety. Here I am, a famous movie star. Now I'm blind, and I will never be able to look in the mirror and see my beautiful face again. And that was really what got me upset. Because, I love looking in the mirror, seeing my beautiful face every day.
So does Marcel.
Who you imagine?
Of course.
So you guys, Marcel has 2 other films out right now. You guys can see, you guys. One of them is called.
Are we going to talk about the one that was okay?
Well, see, I liked them both.
No,
so
I liked it,
we're going to talk about Rootwood next, you guys. So he has a movie called Rootwood, you guys. First of all, we've had a bunch of the people on the show in this film, Rootwood, that came out not too long ago. Also stars Tyler Gallant. Is that how you pronounce his name, Gallant, or is it Gallant?
Gallant.
Don't ask me. I'm from Germany.
I do Gallant because
so Tyler Gallant, Sarah French, Alyssa Dowling, who we had on not too long ago, Felissa Rose, Tiffany Fest, Marv Blavette, who was in Clown Fear with you. He's the main clown guy. And I wrote down Brandon Rhea, which I'm not sure which one he was. But I thought that this story was freaking awesome. Ron doesn't like because people get killed one at a time, but the actual story of this was put together so well. The end of it, nobody would have thought the end was going to be the end, which I'm not going to spell what it is. But you guys, this is awesome film. And this was you did this film before Blind, right?
Oh yeah, a year before.
A year before Blind. It just took longer to come out.
Yeah, because we dealt with we had our first World Says We Jews wasn't the best one, and then we got a new one, and that took a long time
to get the whole thing out. So Rootwood. So tell us a little bit something about Rootwood. Joe Netterdown didn't write this one, right? Just Sarah French did it, but Joe didn't write it.
Yeah,
I thought Rootwood was Root. Listen, after seeing Blind, what else is there to see? And I just found what's it called? Rootwood to be okay film, but I was. It's like Alfred Hitchcock when he did Psycho and Janet Leigh got killed 10 minutes into the film. I loved Alfred Hitchcock. And then all his movies after that never compared to the Shockaroo.
This one was before it.
No, I'm talking about Alfred Hitchcock now.
Okay.
None of his films ever after Psycho did what Psycho did. So I was always.
What about Rear Window?
I loved them, but they weren't Psycho. Psycho scared the shit out of everybody. And after seeing Blind, there's not too much out there that's interesting.
I thought Rootwood was.
I thought it was okay, but I didn't get crazy about it.
I thought it was excellent.
So it's a super different thing. It's more kind of a mix between found footage and cinematic stuff in the forest. That's
yes.
No. Blind is Rolls Royce. Rootwood is Chevy.
Anyway, let him talk about it, because everybody in the chat room said they loved it. So, you're in the minority here.
Because you know why I'm.
Okay, so let him talk
about
it.
I'm also an actor in the business 46 years.
But let him talk about his film.
Shut the fuck up! Don't direct me. You're not my director. Oh, I hate this homo.
No, tell us about Rootwood, because how did you put that one together? I mean, you have a great cast. Did you know those people already? Because you haven't been here that long.
Here's the thing: I met Alyssa. No, let's start with Felissa. I met Felissa on the red carpet for Blood Feast through other friends, and I love her right away. I love
Felissa too. We all do.
She's an amazing person. So I loved her energy, and of course I knew her from Sleepaway Camp, and So yes. I met her there, and we talked already at the same night, and she said, "I must say I want to work with you," and I told her, "Well, I want to work with you." So we will figure something out at one point. Then I also met Alyssa Dowling at that night. I think it was the same night.
We love her.
And she invited me. She was super nice. And because I was super new in LA, and she invited me for Thanksgiving with some friends, and that was the same night when I met Sarah and Joe.
Oh, very
So
cool.
everything got together. So
So actually, making Rootwood put everything together for Blind.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very cool. I loved it. I really enjoyed it a lot. And then you have another film, and that one is Blood Feast. And I was friends with Herschel Gordon Lewis in Florida when I lived in Florida. And so the fact that you redid his film, and it has and I'm a big fan of Robert Russler. Like I actually want to get him on the show because he was in a movie called
You know what? He's in Blind too.
Oh, very good. You have to hook us up with him. I want him to come on. He's in.
Oh,
he's
100%, I will.
He's in one of my favorite '80s films. Is a skateboard movie, and he's the star of it with Brooke McCarter from The Lost Boys. And it's one of my favorite movies. I have it autographed and everything sitting in my collection because I love it. So I love him. So in Blood Feast, you guys, you have Robert Russler, you have Caroline Williams, you have Sophie Monk, who's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a Herschel Gordon Lewis remake. Sadie Katz is in it.
Yeah.
And it's very, very cool movie. And that one, we just saw it recently. I don't know how long it's actually been out, but that's 3 movies that people can go of yours now and see, right?
I think Blood Feast is on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure, but I think it's still on Amazon Prime. The only problem is that's the R-rated version. So it's that version is missing probably 4 minutes of gore. So if you're not into gore or you don't care about that, you're fine.
I want to say something about an actress I worked with. I did, what was the movie? Clown Motel 2. And I worked with the beautiful blonde.
Angie? Lorraine Lannon?
No, Angie
Stevenson.
Angie Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Angie Stevenson?
Yeah.
I was so impressed with her professionalism and her work and her line remembering and her everything. She's just brilliant to work with.
And she's smoking hot.
And absolutely gorgeous in person. She's one of the most beautiful
She's like
women.
you.
Yeah. And I really want to
lines.
I really want to I want to push her name out there. If you're looking for a beautiful woman to be in a movie, please call Stevenson. She's
Angie,
really,
we love her.
And she's really quite a good actress.
She's like you though, like one of those people.
No, but what I liked about her, she was on time. She was professional. She was just perfect.
You should be. I mean, yeah.
You should be.
I'm a stickler for that. I'm always on time. I'm always ready. I just fuck up lines.
So
but now with my plug in my ear and I'm fed my lines, I go through it in a minute. And I don't screw up anymore. The other ones do, and I get annoyed. Now I got now I go look at them and say, "Don't you know your lines?"
So let's do a bucket list. All right. So like you've seen. First of all, do you watch other movies that aren't horror movies, or do you pretty much like spend a lot of your time doing your horror? Like, what are some of your what are some favorite movies? What's a favorite movie that's not a horror movie?
One of my favorite movies, which is not a horror movie, is Mermaids.
Oh, it's a good movie. That's That's the one with Winona Ryder, right?
Yeah, and Cher.
Yeah, okay.
And Now and Then.
I don't know if I know what Now and Then is.
Yeah. It's from the 90s. It's with, Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Moore, yeah. And Monster with Charlize Theron.
Oh, that's a good movie.
It's super sad. I can watch it actually because I hate dramas. I can't watch them because there's no reason to shoot a fucking drama because then you get sad and upset and it ruined the whole day, probably the whole week. So why the fuck should I watch a drama? But it's a very good film and that's one of my favorite movies. But I don't want to watch it anymore.
So if you had a bucket list then, and you could work with any actor, and any actress in the world, then money was no object. If you could just have 2 actors that could be in any one of your films, who would be on your bucket list? Like, oh my god, I'd love to make a movie with these 2 people.
Cher.
Okay, that's a good one.
Cher.
Yeah.
Why Cher?
Well, he just said one of his favorite movies is that movie star.
No, I know that. I know. Are you wanting her because you love her or because of her talent?
Her talent. I think she was amazing in Moonstruck.
Moonstruck. Yeah, Moonstruck.
And Mermaids.
Burlesque. She was good in Burlesque.
Yeah, of course. That movie's great, but it's I like her look. That's weird to say, but it is. I like it, and I think she got a good energy. But and
did you see her in Mamma Mia 2 at the end?
Of
Yeah,
course.
you know what?
Okay, of
And-
course he does. Of course.
You know what? Ask her into one of your films. I think she would do it.
Well,
Ron's
I
met
I
her.
think it's
I've met-
still a
I've met-
long-
I've
a
met
long
Cher.
shot.
No, I've met Cher. I think twice or three times I've run into her.
Oh yeah, she was good at Mask.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Cher is
It's a drama. I can.
she's a very introverted woman. Cher is a very introverted person. She's not verbal. She's not personality. She looks like she's sleeping when she's not. But she's very nice.
Yeah.
I found her to be pleasant. Let's put it that way. So I think she's old now and nobody really wants her anymore for a movie. And I think she'd be looking to go. To
I
work.
would kill for it to get her. Jesus
We'll
Christ.
try it. I think
We'll
she-
try to get her in something. I'm really good at that
Yeah,
at getting people.
because
so
you know when you
I'll
get,
help.
when you get to be 65 plus in this business, nobody wants you. The only reason why they want us now is because SAG gets
Because it helps your SAG.
it helps your SAG, and also we get 7,000. The production company gets $7,000 if they hire an old bag.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
It is not.
It is true.
Honey, I do SAG shit every day. That's not true.
SAG doesn't give it. Somebody
You get a discount from SAG from the rates that you pay if you have a certain amount of old people, black people, Spanish
if you have
people,
all
all that.
fucks, you get 7,000
Anyway,
off on your production.
Well, that's not that part, but yes,
That's
you do
why
get a
they
discount.
hire us,
So hold on, go
because-
back. So you didn't give us a man. Who's a guy you'd like to work with?
Cool.
He doesn't give a shit.
Um,
That shows that you're like a total fag.
No, and you cannot
He wants share.
you cannot
Right.
you cannot say me because I'm in one of your movies already. So.
No.
Yeah.
Who are some guys that you think that
I
are
would-
cool actors?
I'm a super fan of James Franco.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah. And
He
that has
does
nothing
you know,
to
he
do with-
does
because
indie
I think
films.
he's hot.
He does indie films.
I
James
know.
Franco.
Yeah. So I would say he would be the other one. Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite horror movie actors? I don't want to say the one, and you can't say Sarah French because that doesn't count because you're already working with her. But like, who are some of the other people? I don't want to say favorite. Who are other horror movie people that you admire and that you like a lot? That way, it's not favorite, and that way you're not showing any.
Neve Campbell.
Who?
Neve Campbell.
Yes, she's a good one.
Christopher Lee,
Yeah.
Vincent
Christopher Lee.
Price, Vincent Price,
Yeah.
Boris Karloff.
I like Malcolm
Lang.
McDowell. Jessica Lange is great.
Bella Lugosi. I want to see if he knows who they are. Bella Lugosi.
He knows who they are.
Yeah, well, I don't know. These kids. He's like, what is he? 12 years old. He's nothing wrong. These people are thousands of years old, like me.
But I also watch classics. I'm not a huge fan of the black and white movies, but I also watch them. So that's, I know.
Yeah, we actually watched the other night. Who are those two funny guys? Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Yeah, the script was so terrible that Abbott and Costello didn't even want to do the script, and he said, "This is junk. It's garbage." And then they brought it to Broadway, and they were going to do it as a Broadway play, and then for some reason they made the movie, and it became one of their hit movies. And I remember seeing it in 1947 when I was a kid in the theater, and it scared the hell out of me. It was scary.
You know that they have a new Scream coming out next year. Like, I think that's super
like
cool.
he doesn't know
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on.
Because I think that Scream is actually a great movie, especially the first one. And we actually had Skeet Ulrich on the show.
Oh,
And I've been trying to get Matthew Lillard on the show. And so like Skeet Ulrich was a blast. We had a really good time with him.
yeah, I believe that.
So he's do you watch Riverdale? He's in Riverdale. I love that show, Riverdale. So I like that. I like that a lot.
So wait, listen.
We only have like a minute left.
All right, listen. So when do you estimate Blind 2 will be released so we could see it?
It will definitely next year. I think it will get released till September or October next year.
There you go.
Okay, because we're you'll be invited also. We're all going to the red carpet premiere June 27th of Clown Motel 2. And that should be fun. We'll all get together, the after party.
Hopefully hopefully we'll be able to like go out by then.
By then the virus will be gone. We'll all be injected. It'll be fun.
Okay, so hang on, everybody. So if you guys want to follow Marcel, he's on Twitter, but he doesn't go on it, but you can follow him anyway. He's at Marcel Walz 86. It's MarcelWalz, but he is on Instagram, and you can see all of his little like selfies that he does. He does lots of them. And it's Marcel Walz _official. Follow him. He's also on Facebook. Please, everybody, go see Blind. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And other than that, we got to go because we're out of time.
Anyway, Marcel, I love you. Kisses to you. I want to see you soon, puta.
Yeah.
All right.
And all the best to Dominic, too.
Yeah.
And Sarah and Joe and everybody in the chat room. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, baby.
All right, chat room. Much. We want to thank our guests, Leland Sklar and Marcel Walz. We had a great show, you guys. Hopefully you have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week.
Happy
Bye, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Gorgeous, Rook.
Yes. Because you are gorgeous.